All right, hello everyone. Welcome to the Crossroads Podcast, the PlayStation voice of Boss Rush Games. I am LeRon Dawkins, the hashtag PC muscle race boss of Boss Rush Games, and I'm joined by my fellow cohorts tonight, the typo queen Nellie Lott, as she's drinking her Starbucks.
Actually, it's not Starbucks. It's spinach, kale. Let's see, peaches, mango, and strawberry.
Oh, I'm glad you told us because I was just about to put you on the spot and ask you what you were drinking. We appreciate it. Our very own PlayStation doctor, Austin Campbell's in the house tonight as well.
I don't have that fancy of a drink. Not with me tonight.
But you had a fancy bowl of soup that you were chowing down on.
That's right. It was good.
All right, and joining us tonight in the fourth chair is the rowdy warlock, Dave Powell.
Hi, hello.
Hey, you know what? You're our guest tonight, so go ahead. Tell us about yourself. Let us know how you get down.
Mobile games, PlayStation, obviously. Spider-Man, Monster Hunter, and I'm in the Navy. That's it.
Thank you for your service.
Don't even worry about it. It's easy, I promise.
Oh, okay.
All right, so we have to ask. Tell us about that PlayStation pedigree of yours, buddy.
I mean, where do you want me to start?
Start wherever you feel like it. Where are you comfortable at?
All right, so we started with the PlayStation, the regular one.
Mm-hmm. Hang on. Before you bridge to your next system, what were your 3 favorite games from PS1?
Tomba, Final Fantasy VIII, and
there's at least one person in the chat who's gonna love you.
He started with Final Fantasy
That was me. I was upset when you said that. Tomba, Final Fantasy VIII, and Vagrant Story.
And my cousin in chat, you got a buddy right now.
She lit up. Yeah, Vagrant Story that's a game that needs to be remastered.
Agreed.
Yeah. Because please don't re-release that game. That game's a hot mess. You know, if you play it on like the modern screens tonight. I see her in the chat. I see her. But okay, all right. So continue.
PlayStation 2, which I had to we're gonna skip that story. Don't worry about it. I got a PlayStation 2, and then my favorite games on that are Kingdom Hearts, obviously, as seen by my background. I started playing Tekken on that one. And then...
So you started with Tekken 4.
Yeah, I started with Tekken 4. The first time I played a Tekken game, it was Tekken 4.
Wow, you played the most transformative Tekken game.
Yeah, I saw Jin on the cover, and I was like, I want to be that guy. That's how that worked. And NBA Street.
He had the best outfit. That was the best outfit for Jin Kazama across like the entire series, in my opinion.
I agree. So then we went to the PlayStation 3. PlayStation 3 was like right when I got out of boot camp, and all I played on that was Final Fantasy 11 for a while. 12? 12? Which one had the Gambit system? 12, yeah. Oh. Kingdom Hearts 2, and what was the other game? Something. I don't know. PlayStation 3 didn't really have a whole bunch of stuff.
There was no Kingdom Hearts game on PlayStation 3.
Yeah, it was.
No, there wasn't.
No,
there wasn't.
They remastered it.
They remastered it.
Oh, that doesn't count. That doesn't count.
Did you play 2.8?
I played. So you don't want to go down this road.
No, I don't. No. This guy and I have had many of arguments about Kingdom Hearts because I'm one of those people. And I'm in the minority. I'm one of those people that feel very, very, very slighted by the way they're like, okay, we're gonna finish Kingdom Hearts on PS3, and we didn't get a finisher title for PS3. Honestly, no new Kingdom Hearts title came out on PS3
until PS4. You're right.
Yeah. I'm salty. I am salty. All right.
The last, I guess, Demon Souls,
Mm-hmm.
or one of those. Not Bloodborne. What was the other? Not Demon Souls. The
Dark Souls.
Dark Souls. Thank you. See, he's always right. Dark Souls was the other one that really put me like over the top for PlayStation 3. Then I got a PS4 the day it came out in Japan. and now I can say Kingdom Hearts, right? Kingdom Hearts 3,
Yeah, you can say
Final
Kingdom Hearts
Fantasy 15, and I mean, Destiny has really been the be-all, end-all since Destiny 2 technically, because Destiny came out on the PS3, so that should have been my third PS3 game.
I'm really shocked you didn't say Monster Hunter.
Well,
I'm shocked too, actually. But you know what? I wasn't gonna say that. I was gonna wait till he came. I was gonna wait till he came home, so I could just like upside the back of his head. But you know, whatever.
I played Monster Hunter on the PSP though, like the PSP and the PS Vita. That's where all my Monster Hunter came in.
Okay.
I mean, I played World when it first came out, but I didn't like play it as much as I did when it was on the Vita and on the PSP. Speaking
Speaking of Monster Hunter, in December I'm going to be running the Boss Rush podcast, one of the episodes of Boss Rush podcast, because I'm doing an entire Monster Hunter franchise retrospective. So
I'll be there.
Just be on the lookout for that.
I might not be like in the chat. I mean, I'll be in the chat, but I might. Yeah, I'll be there. Don't worry.
Mamoru, LeRon is not being rude. You just can't get over the fact that I said that your game sucks. That's all.
Hey, I will beat you like a runaway slave.
Nobody.
Yeah.
Okay. Twitch chat. Before we get started the show, everybody that's in the chat right now, give us your honest, absolute opinion about how you feel about Final Fantasy VIII. Did you love the game? Did you hate the game? Just put it up there in the chat. Let's see what happens.
Is it in your top half of Final Fantasy, or is it in your bottom half of Final Fantasy?
It's definitely in the top half.
How about when you run races and you see the score, the time list, and you see DNF or did not finish, like, so it didn't even qualify? Yeah, that's where Final Fantasy VIII's at on my list. Did not qualify.
Wow.
Mama,
you don't even acknowledge it?
Okay.
See, this is coming from a guy who likes Final Fantasy Tactics, though.
Yes. What is wrong? Hold on. Are you about to say something wrong?
Tactics.
Are you saying something's wrong with Final Fantasy Tactics? Are you saying?
I don't like Tactics. I think Tactics was garbage, but that's just me. Like you don't have a main character. You don't have.
Yes, you do have a main character. Ramza was the main character.
Yeah, and then when he dies, you no longer use him as the main character.
Ramza does not die in Final Fantasy Tactics.
All right. Okay. Sure.
Ramza does not die in Final Fantasy Tactics. What are we talking about?
It's fine. Go ahead. Let's continue.
Yeah. I'm sorry because you love Final Fantasy 13. I'm sorry.
Wait, 13.
The game that plays itself. You know, Lightning.
No, my favorite one's 15 right now.
Oh, I bet it's 15. Yeah. Oh, Bro Cruise.
Yes. My favorite one's 15 right now. Like, I started with Final Fantasy 8. Final Fantasy 8 will always be like.
That's why.
My Final Fantasy.
A lot of people, the first game. The first game. You know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and say it now. Like, as much as I dislike Final Fantasy 8, Final Fantasy 8 is not a bad game. I just dislike the game. But for a lot of people, the first game they play, especially if it's a good game, like it will definitely like submit itself, because the first Final Fantasy game that I actually paid attention to, because I played previous Final Fantasy games, but Final Fantasy 3 on the Super NES, which is actually Final Fantasy 6, worldwide, that was the first Final Fantasy game I played, and that's the one I'm like, you know what, after they finish doing this whole Final Fantasy 7 remake stuff, they need to go ahead and start remaking Final Fantasy 6.
Was that Cecil and Kain and all them?
That was Final Fantasy 5.
Yeah, I like that one too.
Final Fantasy 6 was Terra and the Espers.
Okay.
Yeah. Kefka was the bad guy, the crazy dude that pushed the statues out of alignment and destroyed the world.
The clown. Got it.
Yeah.
Mad Pro.
I don't know who I'd be more scared of, Kefka or Pennywise, man.
Kefka.
Yeah.
He will eat Pennywise.
All right, so let's just go ahead and break into the show. On this week, I got tongue-tied before we get to the first paragraph. Wow.
Uh-oh.
This week on the Crossroads podcast, this is a big week for us. We're talking about some of the most anticipated PS5 titles, and also, isn't something happening this week in like a couple of days?
Xbox.
Yeah,
coming out. No, that was today.
Yeah, Xbox came out today. That's the only thing happening this week.
Also, we'll be speaking about whether it's possible to change the faceplate of the PS5 DualSense controllers, and the PS4 games. PS4 games loading slow on the shiny new hardware. The console PS5. Oh, I'm hearing some things. So anyway, the console of our dreams, PlayStation 5, is finally debuting, and this is going to be a week of sleepless nights for a ton of people out there. We can't go without mentioning the Xbox Series X and S are already out as of the time of this show, so we as gamers are officially set to witness a new landscape of gaming. It's exciting. It's probably going to be a rough landing considering no one is able to get their hands on PlayStation 5. I won't be getting one this week.
Nope.
You guys?
I tried.
I tried my best. I tried my best.
I tried.
I don't buy systems when they first come out. I don't trust it.
You see,
You know what? Stocking the Amazon Prime vans.
You know what? That's why I'm so depressed right now, because this is the first time I actually tried to go for a system at launch. Most times I wait at least 4 months before I try, get a new system and stuff like that. So yeah, I brought that agony on myself this time around. But
I'm heavily considering feeding the hype beast. I might. I probably won't, but I'm heavily considering it. Just paying the extra $200 to get me a PlayStation.
Oh no! Don't do it to yourself. Don't do it to yourself. Don't do it. Don't do it to yourself.
Don't give in. Don't give in.
I feel like we're past those days of doing stuff like that, because they're going to catch up with supply and demand. And I was talking to on the Boss Rush chat earlier today, and I was talking about like what's going to happen is like we don't want to put the companies in a situation where they have to rush to make systems, and then we wind up with a parking lot full of Xbox 360s that are red ringing to death because when they rush development on them, they miss a lot of the QA spots and stuff like that, and it's a shame. I mean, Wasn't Logan saying that he finally didn't get a real good experience with the Xbox 360 until like the final year that the 360 was a thing?
I don't know, but yeah, I mean, I heard a lot of people say that about their 360s, that they had a bad experience and then almost considered PS3, but the PS3 was also terrible at that time. So
yeah,
they ended up buying another Xbox, and yeah, the later versions were more fondly looked upon than the earlier ones.
But don't worry, we're all in this together though, because Xbox pre-orders are also experiencing some terrible pains right now. People are getting word that they're not going to be able to get their pre-order systems till December 31st, and that is crazy.
Wow.
But you know what? I do have some exciting news for you guys. As you can see, your favorite PlayStation podcast and crew are in a new home. Twitch.tv/Exodus803. This is the new place for you to catch our podcast. What is so funny?
Self-plug.
So, this is the inaugural episode of Crossroads coming to you from the Exodus 803 Twitch channel. We can promise you it's the same news, conversations, and shenanigans that you are more than used to at this point, and we are still part of Team Boss Rush. So, keep coming back here because we all love you. All right. I'm not going to pat myself on the back any further. You guys have anything to say?
Thanks for joining us, guys. We love you.
Thanks for having me.
If you're in the chat, say whatever you want. No mods.
Yeah, no mods tonight. No mods tonight because I'm too new on Twitch.
That's why that bot snuck in it.
All right,
We never had a bot.
so just like they say over at Sony, it's time to play. Let's get started. All right, but first, some housekeeping. This is episode 12 of Crossroads, a PlayStation podcast of Boss Rush Games. Each week we come together to bring you the latest news, rumors, discussions, and games in the world of PlayStation. Crossroads is live here on twitch.tv/Exodus803, its new home, Tuesday evenings at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we are glad you can join us and be a part of our conversation. If you can't join us live, we forgive you. Be sure to head over to youtube.com/BossRushGames or your favorite podcast service every Thursday to listen to the show. Remember to like, share, rate, subscribe, and review us whenever you consume our shows, because it helps us out immensely with our discoverability. Also, check out our family of podcast shows available on Boss Rush Games and your podcast services. Before we get into tonight's news and topics, here's some quick PlayStation blurbs the Crossroads crew thought you might be interested in. Starting off with, the Demon's Souls remake has over 180 videos for PS5 activities tips. The game in-game help menu will be filled at launch. Demon Souls creative director Gavin Moore confirmed that there are over 180 videos, each with increasing levels of visibility into what's needed to complete portions of the game via the media interface. It's has anyone seen some of the breakdowns that YouTube channels like Digital Foundry have been doing on the PS5? Because they actually showed like some of the interactions, like when you select your game, like you'll be able to see like the progress of your game before you go live on the game, and they'll also have that little interactive like help thing, and it's actually pretty cool. I like it. I still don't know if I'm ready to get in bed with Demon Souls just yet. I don't know.
Everything
I
you
can't
need,
wait. I love Demon Souls.
everything you need from Demon Souls, you can learn from the movie Dodgeball.
You know what?
What are the 5 Ds?
The 5 Ds: dip, duck, dive, dodge, and dodge.
If you didn't dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge getting killed. That's all I'm saying. Like, Dodgeball taught me everything I needed to know about Demon Souls.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair, and it's pretty accurate too. All right. Also, PlayStation 5's Marvel Spider-Man remaster will now support saves from the PS4 version of Spider-Man. Insomniac Games has confirmed that the upcoming Marvel Spider-Man remastered on PS5 will now support save data from Marvel Spider-Man on PS4. Saying all this Marvel Spider-Man. It's a mouthful. Jeez.
Just say Spider-Man.
Marvel
What's
Me and
the
David know
name
what
of
you're
the
talking
game?
about.
Hey, I'm just following the prompter. This change was made in response to fan criticism that none of the original progress would carry over in the updated version. You know, I don't know how I feel about this because in all seriousness, I was set to just start over from the beginning anyway. So like it wasn't really a big
Why?
it wasn't really a big deal to me if I'll be playing on a new system anyway, so I want to get the brand new experience.
I guess.
That's
I mean,
I
that's just
want
the
to
way
compare it.
you want
I
to.
wasn't.
Well, I still have my PlayStation 4. My PlayStation 4 is not going anywhere. If I need to make a comparison, I can just pop the disc in.
Oh yeah, on your PC.
Remember, he's got two
You know what?
TVs.
I'm actually waiting.
So
I'm actually waiting. I'm actually
means-
waiting for Sony to turn around and add Spider-Man to the PC. I'm waiting for that because we did speculate that more first-party Sony titles were going to hit the PC after the success of Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah, actually, if it does hit PC, I might actually stream that.
Yeah, I mean, why not? Let's see. Sony has confirmed the PS5 won't support SSD storage expansions at launch. Even though the PlayStation 5 possesses one of the fastest solid-state drives ever made, it's not that big of a drive. Trust me, 1 terabyte in this day and age is not considered a large capacity drive.
I mean, it's not.
Not anymore. Not anymore.
Especially when some of these games are like 200, 300, 500. I think Destiny is
Yeah.
425 right now.
The load sizes that were for the install data are getting ridiculous. As far as I've seen some. If I'm not mistaken, you'll have just over 670 some odd gigs of available storage space afterwards. So a lot of these games are going to suck them, which is what actually made me change my mind about getting the all digital version of the PS5. It made me change my mind. Sony has confirmed that the installed M.2 SSD slot is going to be disabled out the box, remarking that it's reserved for a future update. Austin, you and I, we talked about this real fast yesterday, and basically, if you saw the PS5 tearaway that Sony had on the PlayStation blog, you can actually see when he pulls the system apart. You can actually see where the M.2 slot is, and the M.2 is just a stick version of a solid state drive for people out there wondering. And it actually has its own slot that it plugs into. It's really small. It's really simple to install and everything. But as of right now, it's hardware locked by Sony. And Sony's explanation is that they don't want to have a lot of confusion, because if you buy the wrong if you buy the wrong M.2 slot, it will not be compatible with the system, meaning that you have to buy one that's up to standards of Generation 4 technology. And
Yeah.
and another thing to take note of, the solid state drive that's installed on the PS5 on the hardware is actually not the same as the ones that we'd be able to upgrade our systems with. It's actually chips on the board, which is scary because if something happens to your solid state drive on that system, you might be looking at having to replace the entire system because it's chip on the board.
Okay.
That's scary.
I mean,
that is scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we're
Again, why I didn't run out and get one? I'm gonna wait till like.
you know,
I'm gonna wait.
Nelly, you're starting to make really good sense.
No. I'm still getting one.
Yeah. I'm a sucker.
I'm a sucker.
All right, and
I mean, I can't lie. I love spending money. Like that is, I don't know how crazy I am, but yeah, I love spending money. But at the same time, I need to shop smart.
I like spending money too, but it's got to be practical. It's got to be practical. Okay.
I'm just thinking that I almost want to wait just to see if there's a 2 terabyte version of the PlayStation that's going to come out a year later or something like that. So for me personally, NBA 2K just came out and said you're going to need 150 minimum for your PlayStation, and I have, on my PS4 I always have NBA downloaded, I always have MLB downloaded, I have Madden downloaded. I have all the sports games downloaded, one for each, because I just play them whenever I want. It's nice to have them downloaded when I'm in the mood. If I download all those sports games, and let's say I download Call of Duty because I play Call of Duty 2, that's pretty much all my memory right there.
Yeah, let's
and
go.
So any other game I'm gonna have to get on disc, and even then I might not even have room for it. So,
I'm going to say this. I'm hoping that Sony has solutions for some of these things. Like for the Xbox Series X and Series S, you'll be able to hook up external hard drives to for archiving purposes. So you'll be able to you won't be able to play the Xbox Series X games off of that hard drive, but you will be able to put those games over there and still have readily accessibility to them when you want to reinstall them and things like that. We don't know what the plans are just as of yet for Sony. It looks like Sony is still trying to figure it out themselves, but we'll see what happens.
Hopefully it doesn't go the way of the Vita memory cards.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, you saw the Xbox expansion SSD cost like $270.
Yeah.
It's like half the cost of the system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It could very well happen. And for
those
of you who did not have a Vita,
yeah,
the Vita was probably, you can get a Vita now $200. If you want a memory card that's like 64 gigs, you're spending $100. You're $100.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. All right, and the last blurb topic is the PS5 Spider-Man remaster will let you import existing save files. After all, I feel like that's a little redundant. Hold on a second.
You just said that.
I know. I think I messed that up somewhere. Okay, so let's do this. Wait, no. Will now support saves. Okay, yeah. All right. So let me just put it out there. An update coming post-launch to the PS4 version of Marvel Spider-Man will allow you to export your saves, plus adding in those snazzy new costumes and stuff. In a tweet from Insomniac Games, they have confirmed the ability to export your save to Spider-Man Remastered. The PS4 update will also add the suits from the Andrew Garfield film, the Arachnid Rider suit, and the Armored Advanced suits, which was originally announced for the remastered game. So if I'm reading this correctly, it looks like PS4 owners of the PS4 version will be able to get those suits too. If I'm reading this correctly.
Yeah.
All right.
Sweet.
The update is set to come out sometime around Thanksgiving. All right. So somehow I think I just edited that wrong, but yeah, I think I got the message out correctly. To get the scoop on all these blurbs, links have been provided in our Twitch stream chat. Go check them out and then continue the conversation with us on our Twitter page at @PS_Crossroads. Now, let's break into the latest news and events for this week. You guys ready? This first topic is pretty big.
Yeah.
All right, so PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X backward compatibility load times have been put out for a few of the games. Our friends over at GameSpot is already at work to understand the tech pushing the new consoles, and they've been reporting some interesting finds. As gamers, we tend to keep ourselves in our little known bubbles when it comes to consoles like the PlayStation and the Xbox. So for a lot of us, one thing is clear with the previous console generation: load time sucked last gen.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes.
we were literally sitting there waiting, and I know some people that basically stopped playing console games because because they were getting sick and tired of load times.
And don't die in the game. Boy, you got to sit through that loading screen.
No. Don't die on the game. Don't die on the game that didn't have like a fast checkpoint system.
Yeah.
Where you
All it was is practice for you to get better.
where it actually sent you back to the load screen when you had to reload your save.
What are death screens? What are load times? What are those?
You died.
What's dying in a video game? I don't understand that.
Oh, you elite like that?
No, I suck at video games.
What was the hardest game that you played on PS4?
On PS4?
Are you serious? Dark Souls 3?
Okay.
I beat Bloodborne. That was by far the hardest game I've probably ever
Bloodborne
beat.
is probably the hardest game I played on PS4 because I don't like playing games that like cause me to rip my hair out, and I used to cut my hair really low to my scalp. So
Now I did play Dark Souls 2 and 3, but I quit. I was like, I'm done with this
Yeah,
right now.
I did play.
And I don't know which one's easier, which one's harder. For me, Bloodborne just sucked me in, but
Bloodborne
the other
and
two,
Dark Souls 3 are pretty much even in terms of like difficulty. The only difference is that like the gun, you don't have as many like weapon choices, I guess, for Bloodborne. You have like the saw and then like a different type of gun. For Dark Souls, it's like, oh, I'm going to use magic. Oh, I'm going to use the spear. Oh, I'm going to use this big ass sword. That's all.
Oh, you know what? One game I Cold Vein. It has the same feeling.
Wait, was that game that hard?
It is hard.
Okay, I never.
It's just like
It's not one of those games that hit my radar, so I wasn't planning on. I don't think
Is
I was.
that the anime Dark Souls?
Is it?
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly
Yeah,
what
I
it
wanted
is.
to play that. I forgot about that game. Thanks for reminding me. I'm gonna get that.
I had it for PS4. I kept dying. I was like, hold on, I need to put this down for a minute because I'm about to throw this damn controller.
All right, so a significant innovation in PS5, Xbox Series X, and Xbox Series S is the inclusion of an internal NVMe SSD, a solid-state drive. With the power of an SSD, the past console generation's painfully long load times will mostly be a thing of the past. Mostly, while the drive will benefit. While the drive will benefit all these consoles' latest games, it will also improve load times for previous generation games played via backwards compatibility, getting you into those classic titles faster than ever before. Sony, Microsoft, and other third-party publishers are ever offering next-gen patches for certain games that further enhance their load times and performance. This is important for those looking to make the jump onto the new consoles, as when the library of next-gen games runs dry, console owners will likely look to the past to ease their wait for the new games. And I'm going to tell you right now, like, once we get past the honeymoon phase of the systems coming out, it's going to be a small drought. Every system has it. Every system has that small drought following their release, unless they're Nintendo. But you know,
I'm just gonna play Destiny. I don't care.
I'm gonna be playing Cyberpunk until I finish Cyberpunk, and then I'm going back to Monster Hunter.
You think you're gonna be playing Cyberpunk? That game doesn't come out until 2077.
Yeah, the game ain't coming out. They're not even making that game.
You know what, guys? This is my stream now. I can drop you.
It's actually a Keanu Reeves next movie. It's not even a game. It's a movie.
Wow.
So basically, it's John Wick 5.
Yeah.
Yes.
John Wick 2077.
Sony, Microsoft, and other third-party publishers. Wait, I already said that. All right, so the team over at GameSpot ran tests on games with notably long boot times on the previous gen consoles for the PS5 and the Series X. It's noteworthy that the Series S also has an SSD, but they excluded using that system because of the higher console specs offered by the Series X, which is more of a competitor to the PS5. The 5 games that were showcased using the latest patch versions of their base games. Now, let me just make sure we understand that. The latest patch versions of their base games, meaning that these are the latest patches of the PS4 games. These are not the optimized games for PS5 and Xbox Series X. All right, so there. Those 5 games were Red Dead Redemption 2, which I can tell you had colossal load times. Like, geez, like Batman Arkham Knight, that was definitely another one. Final Fantasy 15 had some ridiculous load times. Destiny 2. And Monster Hunter World. So yeah, so I did make sure that I set aside my bias for a moment. All right. Basically, what they did, they ran the clock from the game's launch, meaning like as soon as the game started up, into the menu system and then to the final load file save, the load save file loading. I think I said that right. Yeah, the final loading of their save file. Basically that. All right. So, here's the breakdown. Okay, so Red Dead Redemption on the Xbox Series X, from boot to start, meaning that your save file was loaded, was 1 minute 4 seconds and 0.55.
For what game?
Red Dead Redemption.
Red
Yeah.
Dead.
It took a minute and 5 seconds.
That ain't bad
No.
compared to what it was. That ain't bad.
What was it? Because I never played it. I never played it on PS4 or on PC. But I know I will be playing it soon on PC.
So sitting here thinking about it and remembering like watching people play it, I can legitimately tell you it was like 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Maybe 2 minutes and 45. Like you were sitting there and you were just thinking about life. There was enough time for you to consider what you had for dinner.
All right.
Yeah.
So on the PS5, it loaded in 1 minute 5 seconds, 0.06 milliseconds. So basically, it was almost a tie. But the Xbox Series X loaded slightly faster. Batman Arkham Knight. Here's a doozy. Loaded in 58 seconds. Loaded in 58.48 seconds. As the PS4 version loaded in 1 minute 7 seconds. Yeah.
My heart.
Yeah.
My heart. Oh, it hurts.
Final Fantasy
Oh man.
Final Fantasy 15 loaded up in just over 48 seconds, while Final Fantasy 15, on Series X loaded up in just over 48 seconds, whereas load times on PS4 for the PS4 version on PS5 was 1 minute and 7 seconds.
Oof.
Starting to see a trend here, right?
Hey man, so look, all that means is that all those Xbox games, you said these aren't the optimized versions, right?
Yeah, these aren't the optimized. These are not optimized. Meaning they have not gotten patches for the new gen consoles. This is the games running base.
So that all that means is they took the Xbox One S, they took the Xbox One operating system and put it on a faster box.
It's interesting you say that, because that's like the Xbox Series X and S has the same architecture as the Xbox One. Like Microsoft even confirmed that. As a matter of fact, it looks like the game plan from Microsoft from now on is just that they're going to keep adding on to the hardware that's already existing. So basically, it's going. Microsoft with the Xbox brand, they've been trying to do what PC gamers have been doing forever, like taking your base hardware and making upgrades.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Whereas
That's smart. I like that.
whereas Sony has always had this thing where each system is a new build completely from the ground up and everything. And honestly, PS4 was a different spin on what they did, and that's probably why the PS4 was such a success the last time around, because it did something different and it made programming these games easier for third-party developers and stuff like that. That's why there was a bigger takeoff and a bigger inclusion in there.
But yeah, they cheated. That's all.
Who cheated?
That's why
Microsoft.
Xbox.
Yeah.
That's why our times are slower. They cheated. It's fine.
Okay, so Destiny 2, nearly 43 seconds, whereas
That's a lot.
on the Series X, on PS5, 57 and a half seconds. But
That's a lot.
but here's the good news though. Destiny 2 is one of the first games to receiving the next gen patch. It should be coming in December.
So it's coming December 8th. So I played Destiny today, obviously, because the new expansion came out, and I booted mine up on my PlayStation 4.
Your Pro?
And it loaded, on my Pro, and it loaded in literally like 30 seconds. Like there was a noticeably different
Destiny
boot up time today as compared to just yesterday.
Well, didn't Destiny's new content drop today though?
Yeah.
Like so they had a big. How big was your patch? Because
so we had
it probably got some of the next gen patch. Okay, yeah.
We got a whole new version number.
Yeah, it probably got the next gen patch.
Yeah, it's bananas now. It's super fast
All
compared to what it was.
And last but not least, Monster Hunter World on the Xbox Series X, it loaded up in nearly 36 seconds, whereas on the PS5, it loaded in 51.37.
How fast does it load on your PC?
You know what?
12 seconds. You can boot it up right now.
If I'm not mistaken, when I start the game and get through the load screens to the save, I will time it later, but I'm gonna say mine is more on par with the Series X.
Makes sense.
I will time it later and let you guys know. But I know for sure, and that was one of the main reasons why I could not go. And I have a base PS4, so it's automatically slow. It's the slowest system out there right now, besides the Switch. And actually, I think the Switch is a little bit faster than the PS4. I could be wrong though. I could be wrong. Yeah.
Now, Last of Us 2 loads minute and a half.
Okay,
whatever.
The Last of Us games
Xbox One, it never loads.
Wow.
And Horizon, it never loads on Xbox either.
Hey.
God of War never loads on Xbox either, so.
Hey. No lies detected.
Spider-Man Miles Morales, not loading on Xbox.
Not loading at all.
No, so.
I just learned something.
What'd you learn?
You're gonna hate me.
Hmm?
You really are.
What?
You're gonna hate me.
What?
You really are. I just saw a rumor that Cyberpunk might be delayed to 2021. I'm serious. I can post it in the chat.
Post in the chat, please. So I mean, one of my roommates has handguns. I would go blow my brains out later. This is getting on my nerves now. Inverse.com. I've heard of those guys. Okay, you know what? All right, so let's finish out this topic because you're trying to hurt my feelings.
I'm sorry.
She ain't trying. I'm just pretty sure she did.
Backwards competitive. As you can see, and as a matter of fact, I'm gonna post these numbers out in the Twitch chat right now, just so you guys can see the rundown on the. Oh, I hate how it does that. I should just did those line by line. All right. Backwards compatibility is a huge selling point for this generation. So knowing which console pulls through with the fastest load times is essential for players, especially if you're still on the fence about which next gen console to buy. So yeah, hang on a second. I'm putting those times in, and for you guys out there in the chat, just note the first time is the Xbox Series X, and the second time is actually the PS5.
And don't forget, they cheated.
Yeah, there's some shenanigans happening.
Oh my gosh.
Nah, we can accuse them of cheating. I mean, like, we already know. Did you guys hear?
You can't. I can. I'm biased.
Did you guys hear about the margin of sales that happens with the systems in Japan?
No.
Nintendo gets over 80% of the sales in Japan. This is just in Japan. Nintendo
In
gets
Japan.
over 80% of the sales. I want to say it was somewhere between 80 and 85.
Because
Whereas
everybody and their mama has one.
Sony,
Like, legitimately.
yeah, whereas Sony gets somewhere around 10% and Xbox gets under 3%. And is looking even worse right now for the Xbox Series X going into this launch for over in Japan.
It's American made.
Well, I know that. Well, remember didn't they insult the Japanese gamers by talking about how big the controller was? Remember that?
Yes.
Remember that?
Thanks.
All right. Did you guys have anything to add?
This is not the Duke.
That's what they were talking about. The Duke.
Oh, they were talking about.
They were talking about that with the original Xbox controller.
Wow. I got some pretty big hands, but it ain't that big either. That thing's huge.
That thing was big.
That thing was a brick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's another reason why I switched to PlayStation, because I got baby hands. Like, I have Xbox One controller right here.
I'm telling you.
I'm
telling you. I still feel like go ahead.
Like, this thing is a brick in my hand.
I'm telling you, I still feel like this is one. I still feel like this is one of the most ergonomic controllers out there. Like the DualSense 5, the DualSense controller is probably going to be the biggest deviation they've had since the original like DualShock controllers came out. But for the most part, they did not deviate from the design that much at all. I mean, the controller has gotten bigger. I think the PS4 version of the controller is the biggest version of all those DualShock controllers. Yeah, but I still have a handful of PS3 controllers, the DualShock 3s, and I love the DualShock 3s because they felt light as air. Like, they still had all the tech in them, but they were light as air.
I broke way too many of those.
I did too.
I just squeezed them, and I was like, "Oh man."
I remember playing a heated match of Tekken, and I was getting trolled so bad. And this is side by side play, so this is 2-player play. I was getting trolled really bad, and I actually like wrenched a controller in my hand, like snapped it in half. Yeah. Oh yeah. I get angry sometimes. But it's more I get angry at myself because it's like I knew better than to fall for those tricks, and I get hit by them every time.
Was it Who Dat?
Of course it was Who Dat.
Of course
it was Who Dat. You know, the guy who doesn't even play Tekken. Did you guys have anything you want to add to the backwards compatibility load times before we move on?
I just can't wait to play Red Dead 2 now. Again.
There it is.
Again.
I need to start it on PC. I guess I should start on PC since Cyberpunk's about to get delayed again.
Yeah. By the time it comes out, you'll be able to play Red Dead 5.
By the time I have a funny feeling like by the time Cyberpunk 2077 comes out, like we will have 3 Monster Hunter games by then because we got 2 coming on the Switch next year. And
you think what do you think will come out first, Cyberpunk or Bully 2? I'm gonna take my chances.
I tell you what. If we get one more delay on Cyberpunk, I'm going to say Bully 2.
Hey,
I mean, we'll have Rise in like 3 months, so it's fine.
Me too.
Well, Monster Hunter Rise, yeah. Cyberpunk. Well, the cool thing about Monster Hunter Rise is I can play Monster Hunter Rise, you know, as I'm playing Cyberpunk, because I barely play my Switch in docked mode, so like I'll be going to bed playing that game.
Yeah. It's gonna be my duty day, Spender.
You could challenge LeRon in Tekken. Oh, really? Oh, really? You just gonna instigate like that, Nellie?
Yep. Because I'm going for my cousin.
Does she play Tekken?
Yes.
She does?
Yes.
Oh, this is cool. Mamoru,
who does she play?
Who do you use? Who do you use in Tekken? Who are your characters you play with in Tekken?
I hope she says Asuka. I hope to God she says Asuka.
Well, I love Asuka. That's my girl.
That's my girl too.
Damn. And you?
I was playing as Coda.
As who?
Coda, is that the bear?
Oh, Kuma.
Kuma, yeah.
Kuma, yeah.
Kuma.
When I would go play it at the arcade, like I just want to be the bear. I don't even care.
By the way, speaking of Tekken, season 4 just dropped today.
Really? They're still putting stuff for that game?
Yeah, there's
Yoshi?
Kunimitsu.
Her. That's what I
Kunimitsu.
meant.
But I need to play the game tonight because every character has like new moves. Like I mean, like they've got, and not just 1 or 2 new moves. Apparently they've gotten anywhere from 3 to 4 new moves. So I need to see some of the changes and stuff. I need to see if they made Anna Williams a little bit better. Because that's my girl, but she keeps getting the shaft.
I'm turning my PlayStation on, so if I get distracted, that's what it was.
Why, you trying to load Tekken up?
Yes, I need to see if Brian got anything.
Oh, y'all, we need to add each other then. I know y'all have Tekken.
Yeah.
I don't have my copy of Tekken. I gave it to my buddy because last season they reintroduced a character that he stopped playing because she wasn't in this new game. They put Zafina back in the game, and he got back into Tekken, and I was like, well, I don't play my console version of it anymore, so you can have my disc.
Oh no! I needed to wait. Is the disc in there? No. Yes.
All right.
No.
All right.
You got PS Now?
I don't.
Is it on PS Now?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's on PS Now.
Okay.
I thought it was a
Actually, let me
PlayStation Plus free game.
They have
for
yet
1 month. It wasn't.
No, they haven't. They have yet to give it out.
Oh,
well.
but it was on PS Now because I played it on PS.
You
Now.
you might be getting confused with Tekken 6 because Tekken 6 was a free game on the Vita for PlayStation Plus.
Maybe.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
I have it for the Vita.
Yeah.
Everybody wanted to use my Vita when I was in college back in Chicago. I'm like, no.
Why? Because of Tekken?
Because of Tekken. Because I had Tekken 2, Tekken 3.
Oh, you had the PS1.
Tekken
You had the PS1 classics too.
Yep.
Okay.
And everybody was like, "Can I play your?" No, not the.
No.
What?
No.
No. First of
You
all,
know, I'm the only child. I don't know how to share.
First of all, you're not gonna take my expensive handheld system out there, because wasn't the Vita at launch the same cost as a Switch?
It was 300.
Yeah.
300.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I bought that the day of launch.
Yeah. Yeah. Dave, you and I got them day one, didn't we?
Sure did.
Yep.
With Gravity Rush and everything.
Yep.
Yep.
It was $10 last week. Let me see how much it is now.
That was the first.
What was
console I bought day
What
one.
was $10? Tekken 7?
Tekken, yeah, last week.
Stop playing.
Y'all better jump on those $10 deals. All right, so moving
I
on.
think it's still $10.
So our next news topic: the PlayStation 5 DualSense controller seemingly features a removable faceplate. This is kind of cool. Did anyone else see the video that seemed to suggest that the PS5 DualSense controller's black faceplate might be removable?
I did not.
Okay. All right. Well,
I did.
all right. So in a video on YouTube from John Glasscock, the lower black
Made up name.
The lower black plating, yeah, I feel like it was, but whatever. The lower black plating that covers the thumbstick on the DualSense controller can be swapped out and reapplied with relative ease. Basically, pretty much no tools are required here.
So not the whole face, just like a piece of it.
Yeah. So this suggests that players will be able to customize their DualSense controllers either through first-party revisions of the controller or third-party solutions, if Sony gives them approval, of course.
Yeah.
Whether third-party plates are coming is anyone's guess, considering that we saw PlayStation getting hit with a cease and desist from Sony, stopping them from creating custom plates for the PS5 console. This also forced them into an apology, into apologizing and canceling all pre-orders that they had received up to that point, which is a shame because I actually got pretty hyped for the PlayStation. I was like, I saw the different colors they had, and we were talking about it last week. We're talking about the colors we wanted because who was talking about that lime, that heinous lime green color?
No, somebody said purple.
No, there was
we were talking about purple.
Yeah, purple.
like the Joker purple.
Oh yeah, I said I wanted to build a Joker.
Yeah.
PC.
Yeah,
Or PlayStation as well.
yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like, do you think Sony has a plan, or do you think they're just trying to kill everybody's joy?
They have a plan. They
We're gonna
always
have to-
want more money.
We're gonna have to put those stickets on now, or those fat heads.
But yeah. So
I think it would have been smart to go in business with them rather than be like, "Hey, y'all need to shut down." But that's just me.
I mean, they already had all the sales. All you had to do was be like, "Hey, you can't do that. But
unless you give us 50%.
Unless you give us a
Yeah.
unless you give us a
Unless you
percentage.
do it.
Exactly.
Unless you give us a percentage, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like Sony does have a plan, but at the same time, the company's been doing this for like forever. I mean, I'm honestly surprised Nintendo hasn't sent out cease and desist for all the people who set out the mod stuff to change the entire look of your Nintendo Switch and stuff like that. Every company has to a certain degree. Like, I mean, I guess these aren't vinyl, so Sony was like, no, that's too much. I guess because everybody was putting vinyl skins on their systems. I've seen some people after missing out on the God of War PS4 that they got the design specs for the system and they made the vinyl themselves.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
And God of War one was pretty sick though.
It was.
I don't remember that.
It was. I almost impulse bought that because I don't have a PS4 Pro, so it would have been a logical choice for me.
My two favorite is the Destiny white and gold one.
That one was nice. That one was nice.
That was with number one. I couldn't get it. But number two is the Spider-Man one, which is the one I have, the PS4 Pro Spider-Man one.
All right.
With the big Spider-Man logo on it.
I own that. It's never been opened.
I'm gonna be
never been opened.
Never been opened.
I'm gonna be a douchey McDouche face here. I didn't like the color scheme of that one. I mean, I understood the color scheme of
red and white.
Yeah, I did. I understood the color scheme of, but I didn't like it. I don't know. It looks weird on the PlayStation. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying the colors are bad or anything. It just looks weird on the PlayStation.
I own 4 PlayStation 4s. Yeah, I own the Destiny white and gold one. I own the Spider-Man one. I own this PlayStation 4 Pro right here, and then I own the Kingdom Hearts black one that has the Kingdom Hearts scrolling stuff on it.
That one is nice. That one is nice. As a matter of fact, where is that PlayStation at?
None of your damn business.
Okay, in other words, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go say hi to your mom. I got it.
And are you gonna sell that Destiny white and gold one? Because
no. That's his. Isn't that? Oh wait, the Destiny one used to be your daily driver, but I guess you replaced it.
Yeah, I replaced it.
Okay.
With my this black one that I have right now.
Because I remember that used to be your daily driver. You put miles on that one.
I played the brakes off that motherfucker.
Yeah.
I know that's right.
All right. All right, so these next two news articles, they kind of go hand in hand here. So first off, Horizon Forbidden West arrives in the second half of 2021. Sony has shared, Nellie is ready. Sony has shared a PlayStation 5 launch video indicating that Forbidden West will arrive sometime in the second half of 2021. While that's not very specific, it makes clear that you shouldn't expect the open world PS5 as well as PS4, because it is coming out on both systems, game that tides you over anytime in the spring. Teased briefly back in June, we all remember the PlayStation 5 event back from the summer.
It was underway. I didn't see it.
Oh, it was good. I even made a reaction video to it on YouTube. It's on my YouTube channel. Teased briefly back in June, Guerrilla's and Sony's plan for releasing Horizon Forbidden West in early 2021 was ambitious. We even talked about that in our very second Crossroads podcast show. We kind of called it. Well, it was too early for them to say it'd be out early next year. They were talking like first quarter next year, and I was like, excuse me? It would. Yeah. When. Go ahead.
I remember when they were announcing it, and Logan was for sure. We're like, oh, we're gonna get it. We're gonna get it day one. PS5. It's gonna be PS5 game.
And we were like, no. Logan, you were like, no. Sit down. Take a seat.
And he's like, well, okay. They said 2021. I was like, late 2021, maybe. We're not getting it in February. I don't know what you're thinking, man.
Yeah. And I just love how they always throw February of the next year out just as a placeholder. Yeah. It's a placeholder month.
I'm not gonna lie, I get excited every time because that's my birthday month. So I was like, I'm really like looking forward. I'll be like, all right, I'll get some new games, and then like, nope, it's in June now. Nope, it's September. Oh, what a shock! It's in September.
September, yeah.
September, November,
Gotta-
December,
gotta bolster those
2077.
quarters.
January.
2077. Thank
Yeah,
you.
2077.
Oh no.
It's gonna look really good on the PS8, man.
I can't with you people.
PS
I can't.
1000.
PS 1000. All that
Maybe
being.
we'll get that PS9 that goes in your eyeball finally.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I remember that ad, that commercial. I remember that. But all that being said, that rolls us right into our next topic, which is the PlayStation 5 ad that I mentioned that confirms that Ratchet and Clank, Gran Turismo 7, and Returnal will all be coming out in the first half of 2021.
What is Returnal?
Oh man, yeah, you need to watch. Yeah, you need to watch the PlayStation 5
Check it
event.
out.
As a matter of fact, basically for that PS5 event, they had a couple of games that basically, you remember the movie Edge of Tomorrow, where the
Yes.
where the catchphrase was "Live, Die, Repeat." Returnal is one
Yeah.
of those games. It's actually pretty badass. And it's from the same group that did Gun. Remember that free game for PS4?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's done by
I
that
was gonna
group.
say Housemark. Those are the guys. Those are my dudes.
So you know
Wow.
Edge of Tomorrow was actually a manga, right?
Oh yeah, I knew.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, I need to read it. I want to read it just to see where the similarities and the differences are in it.
All right. I'm gonna look that up after we're done with this.
Yep. Yeah. As a matter of
I'll
fact,
post
if you
it
give
in
me
chat.
if you give me a second, I'll actually post my reaction video into it. But anyway, a new trailer for the launch of the PlayStation 5 system, which is this Thursday, just in case anyone need a reminder, has hit the PlayStation YouTube channel, and it gives us some updates on some of the more highly anticipated games coming to the new console. Slated for the first half release, and they still haven't given us concrete release dates, but they've said that for the first half of 2021, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart will be releasing, Returnal, which I'm all excited about, and Gran Turismo 7, which I don't know, I'll believe that when I see it. Because it usually,
Yeah.
I feel like we only get one Gran Turismo game per console now, and you're trying to tell me Gran Turismo 7 is going to be available in the first year of the PlayStation 5?
I mean,
Yeah.
it was available the first year of the
Yeah.
PlayStation 3.
That was GT4?
Yeah.
Was that the first year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then what happened to GT5?
It went like online, and it came out at the tail end of PlayStation 3.
Wait, what happened to Gran Turismo 6? Where was that at?
That was on PS3.
That was on
PS4.
PS3 or 4?
No, it's 3.
Was it 3?
Yeah, because the only one that's on PS4 is Gran Turismo Sport,
You're right.
Yes. Okay.
which
Yes.
that's
I'm looking
my
at-
theory is that Sport was never going well, and they just kind of were like, and it ended up being kind of like retconned into let's push the VR in Gran Turismo, which the Gran Turismo VR is actually pretty cool. I really enjoyed it. But I think they were kind of like already looking to Gran Turismo 7, and Sport ended up just being kind of the passerby until then. So they didn't go a whole generation without a Gran Turismo game. Otherwise, I think if they just stuck by the numbers, I think we would have went 6 PS3 and then 7 and PS5. And I think they're wanting to have this game ready for those fans because they lost so much ground on Forza Horizon,
Mhm.
like big ground on Forza.
That makes sense.
I'm moderately into racing games, but I have a lot of friends who are really into racing games, and they've completely just thrown Gran Turismo out at this point because Forza just took over this last generation.
That was like the only racing game that I played a while ago, so I could see that happening. I just watched the trailer for Returnal. I want to play that.
Oh yeah, it looks
Yeah.
so cool.
Yeah, it looks
so good.
fantastic. It looks real good. It looks like Dead Space, actually. So maybe.
Wait, what game? What who?
Returnal.
Returnal.
It looks like Dead Space, except like roguelike.
And more bright.
Yeah.
Not as dark.
Okay.
I'm just excited to see what they can do. You know, they've been kind of like put in this box where They're making the twin stick shooters, which I love those games.
Yeah,
I love
yeah. Same here.
Alienation, and Helldivers.
They've actually had a pretty good run.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to see what they're going to do with like a full-fledged like a game that has like a budget behind it. I really want to see this. Let me see. God of War and Horizon Forbidden West are reportedly releasing the second half of next year. Now,
The new God of War?
the new God of War. Yes,
Mhm.
the new God of War.
We're not getting it. We're not getting it.
Fine, yes, we are.
Actually,
2022.
actually, honestly, I kind of believe Cory Barlog when he says something like that. I kind of believe him, even though it looks like he's already moved on to his next project, which could mean the game is already ready. Could mean that,
I thought about it. It's possible that the new God of War Ragnarok is gonna be kind of like Miles Morales to Spider-Man. It may not be a
20 hours
full-length
just
game.
for like story.
Yeah.
Don't say that.
Yeah.
Don't say that, because then we're looking at like DLC and expansions, and I don't know how I feel about that. I don't think no God of War game has had DLC or expansions to this point. I mean, of course. Wait,
God of War,
which one?
the Spartan one where it was like a fucking team game. Yeah.
Wait, which
Spartan
one?
Games one.
Yeah, Sparta.
The Ghost of Sparta?
No, hold on, I'll look it up for you. It's like there was one God of War game where it was like a team deathmatch game.
And that had DLC.
Yeah.
If it's not, okay. So let me rephrase it then. A storyline God of War game.
Yeah.
Let me rephrase that then. So I don't want to mischaracterize. I definitely don't want to be wrong. Even though people will tell me in the chat all day long that I'm wrong about something, which hey, it goes with the territory, I guess. AC. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I actually have a question from a member, an audience member, if you'd like. It kind of goes along with this deal. It's from Chief Keef Jerky. And he says,
"Is this one of your Is this one of your followers?"
This is one of my followers. This is one of my. I can't say too much without getting in trouble about them, but yes. How do you deal? What do you want to see as far as game length wise in the new with the PS5 and Xbox Series X? He said that there was a lot of games where it felt like the open world stuff was getting too big, too long, and there wasn't enough time to play all these games. Would you like to see them shorten games? Would you like to see them make games longer? What would you like to see from the next generation as far as length goes?
You know what? I'll be honest with you. I feel like a good sweet spot for games for me is anywhere from the 15 to 25 hour range. Not something, basically something that I'm not basically putting a whole paycheck into, if that makes sense. Like a 40-hour work week. Stuff like that. If I can start a game right now, like if I start a game tonight, if I can have it in tonight's Tuesday, if I can have it beat by going into Wednesday or Thursday of next week, I feel like I've spent enough time on the game. But if I have a game where I'm playing, and it's not a game like Monster Hunter, for example, if I'm playing a game and I'm putting in like thousands of hours in, this is kind of why I have Final Fantasy and RPG fatigue, because a lot of the old school RPG games, like they required you to play like over 100 or a couple hours, to get maxed out and get everything you need and stuff like that.
18 to 20 would be fine with me, because I really don't have the time to like sit down in the games that I want to sit down and like grind on. Destiny, like my daily driver game. Miles Morales is probably going to be a daily driver game until I beat it. Like there's stuff that I want to play all the time, but everything else I would rather just get in, do the deed, and get out. That's just me. So like 20 hours seems like a good set amount of time, but on the other side of that coin, we're doing $70 for games, so I really want to see like 30 or 40.
So what would you think? So let's say God of War, let's say my theory is correct, and God of War has like a 20-25 hour kind of, not as long as the original God of War, and let's say it's $50. Would that be suffice?
Yep, I'd run it. Absolutely.
Because I honestly, I would rather pay $50 or even $60 for a tight 20-25 hour game than a 40-50 hour game where there's a lot of stuff that I'm collecting and I don't really care about, and I'm just doing it because I want trophies, which is why I do everything in games pretty much.
I just wanted to have like a sub quest for the same kind of like sub quest that they had in the first God of War with all of the Valkyries. If they have something like that again,
yes, yeah.
Like if they have something like that again, I'll be happy. So like the 20-hour game and then like the additional sub quest, I'm good.
I think this is why a really good indie game like kind of like fills in that gap, and also like it fills in that price gap too, because like you can spend anywhere from $10 to $25 for a really good indie game and get a good like 12 to 15 hour adventure depending on the game and just be completely satisfied. Like I know a lot of people, they buy indies and they beat them in a weekend.
My favorite indie game right now is Indivisible. Because it's a callback to Valkyrie profile.
Yeah, I've heard of that. I'm currently playing Foregone right now, and before that, I was playing Hades.
I need to play Hades.
Hades is good stuff. As a matter of fact, my Nintendo Switch is my indie system. Like I have so many many small titles on that, and I don't complain about buying those because like first party Nintendo titles stay $60, so it's like you know what, I'll find a game that's similar to that.
I bought Hades for like $10 and I was like, it was great, it was totally worth it because I had like $9 in like Nintendo coins stacked up.
As a matter of fact,
it was on sale and I was like, all right,
coins for mine too.
Yeah,
because isn't like $25? Is it $30 or $25 in the store? I can't remember.
I think it was 30, but it ended up being on sale.
Yeah.
And then I added the coins, and I think I got it for like $10.48 or something like that.
Yeah, so, I didn't spend the full price for it. Nellie, did you answer that question? I don't think you did.
No, I was thinking about 12 to 20 hours.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's good for me because of like Dave said, work schedule, school schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Like even now, I think I only have like 3 more missions in Watch Dogs, and I've seen a lot of complaints where people was like, "Well, it's an open world game. Shouldn't it be like 20 hours?" I'm like, "Listen, this is perfect."
Oh yeah, for real.
And I also want to ask, just like how you're liking Watch Dogs Legion. Is it like, I feel like there's probably more like a lot of sandbox stuff where you can just kind of just go around and do all different kinds of missions with different people.
I've seen a couple of her tweets. She's having fun.
I am. I'm having a great time. Oh my god! Like I know I'm coming up towards the end, and like that sadness is kicking in. But I know as soon as I beat it, I'm going right back in.
You know what?
I didn't go through Nellie's tweets because the only tweet I've seen of Nellie here recently was like this little. It was a picture of a game. I was like, that don't look like Watch Dogs: The Legion is all. It turns out it was a Sims game. And I was like,
oh yeah.
I got confused.
Oh yeah.
I was like, man, that don't look like Watch Dogs Legion. What's going on?
I'm glad you brought that out because we was talking EA last week, and EA, y'all need to fix that little glitch that I posted a video on. I tagged Sims. So yeah, y'all need to go back and
EA's got to fix a lot of things, but the Sims is just a drop in the bucket.
I need them to fix Visceral Gaming Studio. That's what they need to fix.
Yeah.
Visceral, BioWare, and make me a college football game. Those are your 3 top priorities.
Yes, yeah.
True statement.
All right, so are you guys ready for the big topic?
Yeah.
I was just about to say, which is going to bring us into the big topic.
it all works. You see how it happens? Hey, it's magic because Arsenal X doesnn't do this. Powell Block doesn't do this. Hey, it's us.
Powell Block's too busy talking about snacks, okay? We actually talk about games here. I'm not gonna lie though, I like that podcast too because I love.
Oh snacks. Yeah, oh yeah, oh man. I mean, man, Celeste be bringing out. She be bringing out the good stuff.
She bringing full course meals with her snacks. I'm like, what? It's not a snack. If it takes me more than 2 hours to make and put together, it's not a snack. That's work.
Whenever they get to their snack Tendo portion, it's basically Celeste saying, "Are you hungry?" Because
Oh yeah,
she don't bring out snacks, she brings out cuisine. It's like
yeah.
Yes.
we love her. We love our friends over at Pow Block though. All right, so
Arsenal X, not so much.
I was watching.
Wow.
I watched Sunday night's Arsenal and man, there was all sorts of feels going on because of the Xbox Series X and what's going on at the launch and all that stuff. So get those guys. We're gonna get those guys a break this week, okay?
Yeah, you're right. I'll be good this week.
We're gonna get those guys a break this week.
I'm just playing.
All right. So, but this is a topic that Arsenal X will probably cover real soon. The Mass Effect Remastered Trilogy is coming out next year, and all I can say is it's about damn time they made the announcement. I was getting so tired of everybody and their dog talking about the rumors of a Mass Effect Remastered coming. It's like, dude, just let it happen. Let it happen. We knew it was going to happen. Basically, the much rumored and equally much maligned re-release of the Mass Effect original trilogy finally been announced. Finally, Electronic Arts and BioWare has confirmed this past Saturday with a nice little teaser trailer. It was pretty nice, even though it looked like someone was just reusing assets and covering it with the Unreal Engine this time. That the remastered version of the Mass Effect trilogy is coming to consoles and PC in 2021. Ooh. It's titled the Mass Effect Legendary Edition. The bundle will include all 3 mainline Mass Effect games, which includes 2007's Mass Effect, 2010's Mass Effect 2, and 2012's Mass Effect 3. It does go to note that it does not include Mass Effect Andromeda, which was released in 2017. That's another topic for another day. Let's put it that way. In addition to
the best game, they don't even have it on there.
In addition to single player and DLC for those 3 games, Mass Effect Legendary Edition will also include all promo weapons, armors, and packs, all remastered and optimized for 4K ultra high definition.
So you get to use your TV.
Oh yeah, but I'm getting the PC version. I'm getting the PC version.
Did you see my eye roll? I don't know if
I did see your
Oh my
eye
God,
roll.
that's what my shirt says. You said, "Oops, did I roll my eyes too loud?"
By the way, cool Rathalos shirt. By the way.
Oh, thank you.
Now you know what? I'm gonna believe with the part about the DLC. I'll believe that when I see it, because in all seriousness, I bought the Mass Effect trilogy and then I had to turn around and spend about another $85 buying picking and choosing the DLC that I wanted to get because for Mass Effect 2, I had to get the Arrival DLC, which is basically the bridge between 2 and 3. I had to get that one. I had to get Lair of the Shadow Broker, because that's just some damn good gameplay right there. And then for Mass Effect 3, I had to get From Ashes, which gave you Javik, the Prothean character, and of course the Omega DLC and the Citadel DLC. So I spent spending $60 on the game for the Mass Effect trilogy, which was a steal. And then turning around and spending about another $85 for the DLC. I will see this when I believe it, because we all know EA is not, they're slimy sometimes.
No, I mean, you're sitting here, so you're assuming this game is going to be $70? Because it's not.
Right, yeah, the DLC, exactly.
I guarantee you this game's not going to be $70. It's probably going to come out at $100.
Watch there be microtransactions.
Definitely. Is that
Ellie's having a good time.
No, my dog has gone wild.
But he's got the zoomies.
She has got the zoomies. This is probably the wildest she's ever been.
Casey Hudson.
It must be cold outside. I don't know.
Casey Hudson, the studio general manager of BioWare, said this: "For many months now, our team at BioWare has been hard at work updating the textures, shaders, models, effects, and technical features of 3 enormous games. Our goal was not to remake or reimagine the original games, but to modernize the experience so that fans and new players can experience the original work in its best possible form. It's been amazing to see the adventures of Commander Shepard take on new life in super sharp resolution, faster frame rates, and beautiful visual enhancements."
So you're saying they didn't fix the ending?
No, I feel like they basically gave us the same game, but apparently it's got new textures and all that stuff. Which in all seriousness, I'm kind of doing already with my Mass Effect replays on the PC because I'm putting mods in to elevate the experience. But we'll see.
Okay.
As game developers, we always hope that our games will transcend their original platforms. Having the opportunity to remaster Trilogy means that the fruits of a decade of our work will live on and will be experienced better and clearer than ever before. Out of all these games, I want to see the work they put into Mass Effect 1 because
Yeah.
because that game does not stand up to the test of time. It
Not at
doesn't.
all.
It doesn't. Also, like they streamlined when Mass Effect 2 and 3 came out, they streamlined the experience. It really didn't have much of the RPG elements, and that was what a lot of people got upset about. It didn't have the second and third games didn't have that RPG element like the first one did. But at the same time, they were kind of, for a guy like me who is not a big RPG player, they're kind of playing on my borrowed time because it could have easily been a game that I immediately put down because it just didn't get me. But
So
it got
the
me.
first Mass Effect game was the one where you had to like pick a class, and then that class restricted you to like specific gun types, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I hated that. That was stupid.
Yeah.
I picked Interceptor because I wanted to have force powers, and they said, "Oh, you can use sniper rifles and handguns. Have a good day."
Yeah, I picked soldiers, so I picked soldiers so I could use everything. I
Yeah.
missed out on having biotic stuff, but you know what? That was the sacrifice I was willing to make.
I wanted force powers. I wanted to be able to like wave my hand and tell people to go fuck themselves.
I ended up playing as all three because I just wanted to try different ones, but I always hated. But I do like the first one. Like the first one's got just I don't know something special to it, and I forget what it's called, but the vehicle. Driving the vehicle around.
The Mako.
Oh, the Mako! Oh my!
That was so much fun.
I
Wait,
like
you
driving
like
the
that?
Mako.
Oh my
I
god!
liked it.
That
It
was
fun.
that was a. Ugh.
Now, okay,
Austin was like finding all the keepers.
and to be fair, I also liked the tank in Arkham Knight for the first like 10 hours of it. And after 40 hours of it, I didn't like it so much. So maybe if Mass Effect had a ton more of the Mako, I probably would have liked it. But I actually liked it. I like searching the planets. I like and doing all that stuff. And 2 and 3, it was kind of like it focused more on the action. It was like a more fun, playable game.
Mhm.
But I still like the way that 1 was. I just want to see how much work they put into the game.
Yeah, me too.
Because when they released that trailer, are they only going to show gameplay from 2 and 3?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, remember we did a rumor control a few episodes back, and we talked about the Mass Effect remaster, the Legendary Edition, and we said that one of the delays was the amount of work they had to put into Mass Effect 1. That was what was causing the biggest delay for the game because that game, honestly, Mass Effect 2 and 3. Honestly, if you play them right now, they probably feel like games that could have came out in the current console generation. Whereas Mass Effect 1 kind of had an antiquated playstyle. Can you imagine if Mass Effect 1 was made like The Witcher 3? That would be a whole new experience for how that game plays.
Mass Effect 1 has.
stuff?
Yeah. Well, I think he means like gameplay wise.
Yeah, gameplay-wise.
1 was the one where like you had to have specific skill points
Yeah.
in certain areas to be able to like do well with the guns.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you didn't have high accuracy, you were not headshotting anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, for real. The Mass Effect Legendary Edition will be available in spring 2021 for PS4, Windows PC, and Xbox One, with forward compatibility and targeted enhancements on Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5. So let's just talk about some of our favorite things from the Mass Effect trilogy before we move on. Mass Effect 1, for me, punching that reporter in the face.
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Apparently, doing that though screws up your galactic readiness by the time you get to Mass Effect 3. Like you wind up losing an ally.
Yeah,
but that was so satisfying for me.
it is worth it.
Man, the way he hauled off and hit her though, it's like you don't hit a woman like that. You don't. You just don't hit a woman like that.
What if they add Femshep to 1 and 2?
What do you mean? What do you
That's
mean?
a possibility too.
So Femshep didn't show up until 3. Like the female shepherd, you couldn't be a girl shepherd until Mass Effect 3.
No, that's not true.
Well, you
No,
could be.
Am I wrong?
You could
Was it
always
2?
you could always pick.
Yeah,
No, you
I'm
could
sorry,
you
I
could
gotta-
you could always pick
Okay.
genders. You could always pick genders in all the games.
In Mass Effect 1 too?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
played as a female.
As a matter of fact,
Oh.
I
I guess they just made it. I guess they just made her like the flagship character for 3 then.
well, yeah. You actually saw her on the cover. You actually saw her character for the first time on the cover of Mass Effect 3.
Okay.
Yeah, and that was one of the things I was telling Ed and MJ when we were on the Mass Effect panel for Boss Rush podcast. Is that I probably would have entertained like playing like Fem Shep in any of the games if they released the Mass Effect games and it wasn't just the male Shepard on all the covers. I probably would have given Fem Shep a chance. In my opinion, but I felt like them putting him on every cover meant that he was the main character, and that's kind of just the way I rolled because I'm boring like that, and I just play the default character. I never changed names or nothing.
If they do add anything, can we make like Fem Shepard fall in love with Jack? That's just my request.
I thought.
I like Jack.
Wait.
I thought they did.
Wait, was she?
No,
Jack
as
was
a
Jack was
female-
completely straight.
you can't. Yeah,
Okay,
Oh.
and I swear I was gonna hook my Fem Shepard.
because I know she was trying to jump on male Shepard. I know that.
But yeah, she's only for the males.
Okay.
Mm.
Uh,
What was the Krogan's name?
Rex.
Okay, so
Anything
Walking
with
in-
Rex is my favorite.
walking into the bar the first time with Rex, and him just being like, "We could just shoot the whole place up,"
Yes.
and I was like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, let's do that."
Yep. I always rolled Garrus and Rex. No, that was my squad. I don't
Yeah.
care what else. Those are
Rex
my
was like,
guys.
"We could just shoot the whole place up." Yeah, I like that
Yeah.
idea. Let's do that.
Yeah. Yes. My favorite moment from Mass Effect 2 was the first time you meet Legion. And the reason is not so much the actual meeting itself, but the fact that you're running this mission and there's somebody sniping all these husks. And it's like,
Yeah.
and everybody's like, "Hey, somebody's helping us." And then when you find out there's a rogue Geth, it's crazy.
Yeah, I remember that. That was wild.
And like DC Douglas just did the voice for Legion.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Yep,
I did not know that.
Albert Wesker is Legion.
I did not know that. Let me see. Mass Effect 3.
Nope.
There's so many moments in Mass Effect 3 because the one thing I will say is they planned to finish the game. So like they tried to make sure all the loose ends were tied up. But I want to say my hallmark moment from Mass Effect 3 was actually from the Citadel DLC, and that was seeing Garrus dancing. That was hilarious because he stole Shepard's moves, but he did them so much better.
Yeah.
I didn't play Mass Effect 3.
You didn't?
What's his name?
Well, you get a chance. You'll get a chance.
The guy who
One and
made
two.
the genocide. What's his name?
Not he didn't make it.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't. No, he Morton Solus. He wasn't responsible for. He wasn't number one. He wasn't old enough to make it. Like Solarians only lived for about 40 years.
Anyway, his storyline. I liked his storyline.
Yeah.
His storyline was great. His storyline
Yeah.
was great. What I liked about Morton Solus was he was kind of ruthless. He was.
Yeah.
He would just as easily help you as he would cut your throat from behind.
The epitome of savagery.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, but he was such a cool character, and that pissed me off that he died. Hey, this game is 13 years old. Like, this series is 13 years old. Like, if folks don't know about it now, whatever.
Spoiler alert.
I got all sorts of spoilers. Red pill or blue pill?
Stop.
Oh, no. Well, who? Okay, I got 2 questions. Who is your main romance option? And then, if you could be any race, which one would you be?
I'll let you guys go first.
Who was my romance? Jesus, I forgot that boy name.
Are you going through?
Brother.
Are you going across? Jacob.
All 3.
Jacob.
Jacob. Yes.
Wait, he's a romance. He's a romance option for Film Shep.
Mm-hmm.
See, I didn't know that because I played Male Shepherd.
See, I had my eye on him when I first saw him. I was like, "Yep, I'm coming after you."
You know what? I will say this. Jacob, in my opinion, was the first black character depicted in a video game that looked accurate. His skin tone looked right. His facial features looked right. And even the voice acting was pretty solid, because up to that point it seemed like black characters seemed like reskins of the other models, if that makes sense. Like the skin tones weren't right or something like that, and the eyes and the facial features didn't look right. But it seems like Jacob was the first one that I'd seen in gaming that he looked pretty accurate to like how a black person or African American person should look.
Mm-hmm.
So wait, you couldn't continue romancing Jacob in the third game because he got a wife by then. So who were you romancing?
Again, I didn't play Mass Effect 3.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
No, that's okay. I'm still gonna do it.
Not
she gonna make him cheat. She gonna make him cheat.
I probably would do something like that.
She gonna make him cheat.
I don't do that in real life.
I was a hoe. I went from Ashley to Talia to Miranda.
Wait, Ashley.
Ashley.
Oh, you have questions. You have questionable taste.
And then I met Talia, and then I was like, oh, I like Talia more. And then Miranda showed up, and I was like, oh, she's the best.
Oh yeah, Miranda.
Her.
Yes.
Like that's my girl right there.
So
Miranda.
So let me get this right. You did Ashley in Mass Effect 1, Miranda in Mass Effect 2, and Talia in Mass Effect 3.
Yeah.
Okay, because your order threw me off for a second, because I was like, Miranda's not even like, but I got what you meant. Okay, go ahead, Austin.
I was gonna say I was loyal, man. I was Talia all the way.
Oh, you stuck with her the whole series.
The first one, in the first game, you couldn't romance her, but I was like, no, I like her. I'm gonna see if I can see if I romance her in the next game. And then when they made an option in 2 and 3, for sure.
All right, well,
I would definitely be a Krogan.
I'll tell you.
Oh,
that's right. You guys
we just shoot up.
Yeah, Nellie, what species would you be in Mass Effect?
That's an Aries.
I gotta think. Come back.
Okay. All right. And Dave, you be a Krogan too?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Singing Biggie the whole time, kicking the door, whipping the 4-4.
All right, so I'm a little controversial because for Mass Effect 1, I romanced Liara. For Mass Effect 2, I romanced Miranda, and for Mass Effect 3, I hooked up with Caden. And yes, I was a male.
Okay, I mean, whatever.
I mean, right? No judgment here, man.
Yeah, I mean, it was honestly.
I mean, actually, I take that back. I am judging you for Liara, though. How could you mess with somebody so wholesome?
That's true. You got a point.
The options were her or Ashley or Tali, and in all seriousness, I really thought about romancing Tali because I just wanted to see like if we got to her to what they call that scene.
But you can't romance her in the first one.
You can't? Okay, so we wouldn't be able to.
You can talk to her, but you can't romance.
Okay,
her.
because the only reason why I had curiosity is because I wanted to see what was underneath her mask, what was underneath her helmet. But that was
trust me, I tried that first game.
Okay, yeah, but there was no way I was hooking up with racist, xenophobic Ashley. There was no way.
Man, look.
Hey, when they gave you the option at the end.
Yes,
We've all played Mass
yes,
Effect 1, right?
yes.
I was like, Ashley's dead. Bye. See ya. We're done.
Which one dies? Yeah.
Well, notice he said he didn't hook up with Ashley in Mass Effect 3, so he must have let her go in Mass Effect 1.
I did.
Yeah.
Bye.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Yeah. The.
Oh yeah, I'll
the
come
race-
back and rescue you.
It was. You had to pick between her and Caden, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Caden was more useful, so I was just
Yeah.
like,
Exactly.
Yeah.
have a good day.
I mean, she was a better she was a better soldier, but
racist.
yes, she was the better soldier. But Caden was a biotic. I mean, I will always take some biotic over a soldier. As far as the race I would pick, I honestly feel like I'd be a Turian.
Oh yeah.
Like
I can see
Turians are badass. You know,
Yeah.
they didn't say how long their lifespan is, but man,
that's Gareth, right?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But I mean, you know, like
That would be my second pick.
and I would be like Garrus Vicarian. I would.
Yeah.
I'll probably go with Volus. Am I saying all right?
The Volus,
They yeah.
the little,
Because they talk like Darth Vader. That's
yeah, the
only
little, the
thing
little
they
guy,
do.
the little guys, the little guys in the suits, yeah.
He was like, I was like, why you like Vader? I like him.
We know why. They got all the money. That's why you want to be a Volus. They got all the money.
Are you talking about the
Yeah.
jellyfish looking dudes?
No, those are the Hanar.
You know?
Yeah.
And then the Elcor are the big, are the big elephant sloths.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
the Elcor.
I'm gonna find one for you, Austin.
I got it.
Uh,
I just got to figure out how to. No, you go ahead. I don't know how to post this. This is not gonna work.
All right. So nothing on rumor control tonight. So we have one more question from Frisky Django 409. He asks, and this is actually a good one. He asks, what villains would we like to see in Miles Morales?
Oh, okay.
You know what? We'll let our guest go first because he's a Spider-Man nut.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so there's one that would work really well for this because I mean the rest of them are. Let me restart. Miles's rogue gallery is basically just gender swapped of all of Peter's like people. So like Venom is a girl, Scorpion is a girl, Electro is a girl. There's one that's really funny. Instead of Rhino, it's Hippo.
Hippo?
Yes, it's a hippo. So
A female character?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what is that? Body shaming? What is that?
No, because hippos are actually super vicious. If
Oh yeah.
you mess with one, like they're so sweet and lovable, but if you fuck with a hippo, it will like stomp you into the ground. Anyway,
this just reminded me of the what was that movie with the animals from the zoo and Jada Pinkett was the hippo?
Oh, Madagascar.
Madagascar, yeah. So, but the one that I want, the one that I want to see is one that I think is original for him. I can't remember seeing one, but it's a character called Swarm, and it's just a bunch of like bugs, like swarm bugs, like mosquitoes, flies, locusts, all kinds of stuff, and they form into a sentient being, and they're just like after Miles. I want to see that. Like that's the kind of they went high and right with Mr. Negative, and I want them to go high and left with like Swarm to just show up.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, I didn't read any of the Miles Morales comics. As a matter of fact, I barely read the Spider-Man comics myself. Most of the stuff I know about Spider-Man comes from the actual movies, and that sounds bad for someone who reads comic books. But you know,
if they have a spider on their chest, I've read their book.
Even though I did love the Into the Spider-Verse movie though. I did love it.
Spider-Verse movie is
fantastic.
amazing.
Yeah.
I didn't see it. I think it's on Netflix.
I don't know about the villains, so I really can't say for sure. But the Into the Spider-Verse version of the Green Goblin, I would love to see that guy in the game.
Yeah, he's pretty dope.
Yeah.
The big one.
Yes, yeah, the
Yeah.
one that actually looked like a giant lizard.
Yeah. I like
Yeah.
him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Forgot about him.
And I don't want her to be a villain, but I want to see Spider Gwen in this game.
Clearly, like
Yeah.
I don't. I'm gonna keep my mouth shut.
You know, I'll be
You think we'll
honest.
see Spider-Gwen?
I hope we see Spider Gwen.
If we do, it'll be like a DLC thing
A
where they
cameo?
bring like where they bring Into the Spider-Verse into the game.
Yeah.
Like that's what it'll be. And since the first game showed up in the movie, like the advanced suit is in the movie. When you're looking at all the suits, it's like I think it's on the far right. It's actually in the movie, so they reference it in the game. So the games are part of that actual universe. Legitimately, they could show up.
Okay.
And he has the suit too from Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
That you can earn.
Yeah.
So I would love for her to show up like Black Cat did. That would be great.
Mm. Yeah. I want to see Shocker.
Yeah.
He's a cool villain.
He. I like Shocker. I think he's funny. I think Shocker's just funny because he's like the non-serious version of Electro. You know, he's just. I want to see. I love seeing Rhino in anything. So, and of course, we already saw him in the trailer.
Yeah, Rhino's in the. Yeah, he's in the.
So
game.
he will definitely be in it.
Is he a biological rhino or is he a mech rhino?
He looked biological from which he was in the first game, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think he's the same. So since you're the Miles Morales expert, I'm gonna say that. Do you think we see his uncle in the game?
Hell yeah.
Actually,
he's definitely the main. He's definitely the main villain.
He's definitely the main villain. Okay.
I'm willing to bet money he's the main villain.
Actually, I saw the I was watching Digital Foundry. They were doing the breakdown of the PlayStation 5, showing it off. And they were showing some clips from Miles Morales, and we actually see his uncle in the game. Like he's actually on the street painting a mural. We actually see his uncle.
Okay.
Yeah, Prowler's definitely going to be a villain in the game, like hands down. There's you can't do Miles without having him encounter Prowler, and since this is like his origin story, yeah, he's definitely going to run into him.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I'm excited because I read Spider-Man comics, but I never got into the Miles Morales ones, and I always saw him as a side character to Peter.
Mm-hmm.
Like I never saw him as his own storyline. So I'm interested to see like all the new villains that come involved, seeing his versions of them and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm really excited about the game because it's not like I have a new different deal where like the Batman games I knew all the villains. I've read a ton of Batman comics. It's like if they made Green Lantern game. I'm ready for a Green Lantern game. I'm ready. But like the Spider-Man Miles Morales ones, there's gonna be villains that I don't know about that are from the comics that people are gonna be excited about, and I'm gonna get to learn what they are with them. So
yeah,
I'm excited. I'm excited for it. Am I gonna wait until PS5? I don't know.
Absolutely not.
I'm still thinking. I'm still thinking.
You might get the PS4. You might get wait.
So like,
yes, it's coming out on PS4.
Yeah, it's coming out on PS4. That's a free upgrade too, I think, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so I'm doing it.
But
I'm doing it.
I haven't played Last of Us Part 2. I haven't played a Ghost of Tsushima because I was wanting to wait.
I'm waiting on PS5 for Last of Us. I borrowed my friend's copy of Last of Us, and I haven't even started yet. I wouldn't be surprised if she yells at me to bring it back.
But Spider-Man Miles Morales, I'm kind of like, I don't really want to play it now. I want to play it now.
Yeah, those I want to compare them. That's why.
Yeah.
So I'm doing it.
All right. So all right. Well, I guess it's time to wrap it up.
I got one question.
Okay.
One question.
Okay.
Logan Corkin's ass. We all know.
Oh,
This guy.
Logan.
Yes.
Oh no! You know what? No, we're not answering this question.
You don't want to answer? You want to answer?
Nellie has spoken.
Let's say he did ask this question. If you were to eat a fruit to turn into a bug snack, what would you eat? What bug snacks would you be?
If we were to eat a fruit, it turns to a bug. And this is such a Logan question too. That's the sad
Yeah.
part. This is
I
such
mean,
Yeah.
what does the orange turn you into?
I don't know, like an orange
I don't even know.
beetle.
I couldn't even tell you.
Is it a Hercules beetle? Because if it's a Hercules beetle, I'm down.
I'd say a kiwi. What do you think a kiwi would turn you into? Because kiwis are, if you get a nice ripe kiwi, like at the right point, they're good. So what
A
would
mosquito.
Ooh.
I don't know, honestly. Like I was like, I don't know if I would eat fruit.
See, I'm
I
not.
would think I would want something a little more build. I think I want to be like
I need
my favorite
something where I
food.
can just shock people. Whatever that turns you into.
Like
Like, I
if
see
you
an
if you
enemy
eat
right
guacamole, do you just turn into like a big piece of goop?
Oh
like,
no!
Is that all you turn
Oh,
into?
no.
That would suck. I'm thinking I want to turn into a. I think I'd eat like a chicken wing because then I got some bone structure involved. That way I'm not just like flopping around. Because if I eat pizza, I'm gonna be folded all the time. I'm gonna be walking around. But if I got a chicken wing, I got some structure there. That's what I'm thinking.
I mean, I can't fault his
There
logic.
it is.
I put a lot of thought into it, and by that I mean just in the last couple minutes.
Yeah. LeRon?
I already said a kiwi fruit. I already said it.
Oh yeah.
If I had to be something a little more, hardcore though, probably. Well, he said fruit, so I'd say pineapple.
Yeah,
Don't
if I had to
say
pick
that,
fruit.
because I was about to say pineapple.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm
Or a
just kidding.
coconut.
I'm just kidding.
No one's breaking your shell if you got a
Yeah,
coconut.
that's true.
Uh,
Yeah, you can't eat me.
Yeah.
a jackfruit would definitely turn you into a stink bug. Though.
Oh no, God. Oh God, I just got acid reflux thinking about jackfruit. Oh my God. Oh. Jackfruit.
Just putting that out there.
That's some wonderful stuff, but my God, it's not for me. It does not love me. All right. Well, all right. So it's time to wrap this thing up. What have we been playing this week, guys?
Destiny.
Of course. Of course.
Watch Dogs Legion.
Okay.
Almost done.
Okay. Awesome.
I'm playing Borderlands pre-sequel. I'm playing all the DLC though. I never played the DLC, so the Claptrap DLC is awesome.
Claptrap is
Actually,
hilarious.
yes, I've heard.
Yeah.
I've heard the Claptrap DLC was amazing.
Without really spoiling it, you basically go inside a Claptrap, and I'm playing a Claptrap character, so the extra content that's involved, where Claptrap's talking to himself inside, it's fantastic. It's fantastic. But I'm also playing Luigi's Mansion on Switch.
The third one.
Yeah, I hadn't played it yet. It's really good. I like it. I like it a lot.
It is good. It is good.
And then I'm playing Persona 4 Golden slowly again.
On which
Because
system?
Vita.
Okay.
No other place.
You know what?
Vita.
I have it on Vita, and I've never turned it on.
I need Royals. I need to play Royals because that game P5 was so good.
Oh yes, it was. So good.
P5 was so good.
My friend told me, he's like, dude, because I was like, man, I don't know if I want to play a Persona again because it's another 140 hours that I'm going to have to go through because Royal's going to add so much. And he's like, dude, they changed like a ton of stuff and it's even better. I'm like, don't tell me that. Don't tell me that.
Yeah, that's back to what we were talking about earlier. Like those are the kinds of games where I will sit down and be like, all right, I'm ready for the long haul. I'm not playing anything else
for real
until I'm done with this game.
Yeah, I waited 2 years to play Persona 5 because I was finishing up college, I was getting my degree, and I was like, I can't, I'll have to go back to school before I can finish this game. Yeah. So as soon as I finished school, I was like, all right, and I got married. I was like, all right, Persona 5 time. Here it is. I powered through that sucker. Man, what a great game.
I just started Fire Emblem on the Switch.
Which fire?
Oh, nice.
3 houses. I just started.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, I played it last night, and I played it for a hot minute too because I fell asleep on it. Like, I mean, like I was playing, and next thing you know, I woke up and I was like, I could have sworn I was playing the game because, of course, you know, like if you don't mess with your Switch long, like it'll shut itself off. Like, yeah, I woke up and I was like, I was playing the game, and I just rolled over. That doesn't mean it was boring though. It just meant I spent so much time on it last night.
That you lost track of time.
Yeah, well, it's one of those games I hate. I hate how sometimes games have like really long intros. Like you have to like play through a whole bunch of stuff to get to the actual meat of the game. And so I'm one of those people that I try not to stop until I get to the actual meat of the game. And I just fell asleep on it. That's what that was. So it wasn't like it's not saying anything bad about it because I can already tell like I'm going to be wasting a ton of my life on that game.
Oh, absolutely.
Yep.
Like Fire Emblem is a tactics game I can get behind. Final Fantasy Tactics is not.
I think we should end the show.
He's never coming back. He's never coming back. Never.
Oh no,
never.
He needs to be back next week.
No, he can come back.
Never. Corey will be back next week.
Oh.
Wow.
Corey just told me he said he's taking vacation. Dave's new. He's in.
All right, before we head out, here's just a reminder. Jump over to bossrushgames.com and take a look at the week ahead for Boss Rush. Our Xbox experts over at Arsenal X we're celebrating the Master Chief Halo and Xbox system in the 117th episode that aired this week. Don't forget about Nintendo Powell Block, where Eddie V and his team speak about all things Nintendo. And also go over there, check out the Banned Books Volume 1 podcast, which is part of the Boss Rush Expansion Pack show. You can chat and keep the conversation going with us over at Twitter, at PS_Crossroads, where the three of us and the boss man, Corey Deering, hold it down with more news, events, and topics. Well, guys, that's our show for tonight. Real quick, we'd like to say thanks for tuning in to the Crossroads PlayStation Podcast. Remember to come back here. We're on Tuesday nights, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I said Pacific. On twitch.tv/Exodus803. Crossroads just wants to say happy gaming to each and every one of our listeners that will be enjoying their new PlayStation 5 consoles this Thursday. To all of you other guys out there that were not able to get one yourself at launch, you're not alone, and we'll all try not to cry about it. We won't, because I won't be getting one. Sad face. Everyone here at Crossroads and the rest of the Boss Rush Games family wants you all to have a great night and go out there and play games and be better. Have a great night, guys. We'll be back here next week.
Bye. Thanks for having me.
Oh yeah.
Peace.
Thanks for coming.